Hey guys, go blue for diabetes. Got my beautiful unicorn swag on. Okay, this month we are going to do the hashtag greater than one challenge. And so we'll get into that today. It is diagnosis story day. Now I haven't done my diagnosis story here on our channel yet. So I guess we'll get into it. There's no better day than today, right? So we'll go all the way back to June 27th, 2018. That was my diagnosis day. I woke up that morning and I was sick. I had been sick for 3 to 4 weeks. Like, sick. Started out thinking it was a cold, and then I was like, it has to be the flu, and then I was like, there's an infection I don't know about. What is wrong with me? I don't understand. I was drinking tons of water, like 3 and 4 gallons a day kind of drinking water. It was insane. I was drinking so much water, and I hate water, but I was drinking so much of it, and I was urinating all the time, like all the time. Like, I was pregnant 3 times, and I peed more before I was diagnosed than what I peed during all my pregnancies put together. That's a lot for any of you mamas out there. That's a lot. You know that's a lot. So, me doing my diagnosis, here we go. I went ahead and kept doing everything that I was doing before. Because, you know, everything's fine when you're a mom. You're not sick. You're never sick when you're a mom, right? Everybody else gets sick and you take care of them, but you're not sick. So, everybody's trying to convince me that I need to go to the doctor. I keep trying to convince everybody, no, I'm fine. So, finally, they convince me to go to the doctor. Erin takes me to the emergency room. You guys met her. She's my sister. You see her all the time on here. She takes me to the emergency room while my dad is watching my children. And as I walk in, I know the second I see that lady at the desk and she asks me what's wrong, she gets this look on her face and she tells me, "Oh, honey, come on back." That's when I knew. That's when I knew something big was wrong. Never mind the fact that I couldn't walk up my 14 steps in my house without getting winded and having to sit down at the top. Like, I was crawling up my steps. Never mind the fact that I couldn't go to Taekwondo anymore because I couldn't breathe. Never mind the fact that I felt like the world was moving faster than me. Like, I was in slow motion or in a fishbowl or like walking underwater. Like, never mind that wasn't what clued me in that I was sick. What clued me in was when the emergency room lady was like, "Oh, honey, come on back." Because you know that's bad, because they never bring you straight back. So she brought me straight back. They did a chest x-ray. And then they went ahead and stuck some IVs in me. Had me do a urinalysis real quick. One of the things that they don't tell you about the signs of diabetes is that if you wait long enough, your urine becomes bubbly. Like, you're urinating Dawn dish soap, kind of bubbly. Like, bubbles. I didn't know that, but that apparently is a danger sign. At one point, I was sleeping, I would say a good 20 hours a day. Like, I was straight sleeping. My children were making themselves breakfast and lunch, and I would just tell them what to make. I'd be like, "Hey, go get you some toast. Go eat you some sandwich." Like, I was so exhausted. No matter what I did, I couldn't do anything because I was so tired. So I get to the emergency room, they take me back, and then they tell me, "Hey, you've got diabetes." And I laughed at her. I was like, "No, you're funny, because I'm too young to get type 1. Like, I knew there was a difference. Hey, go me. I was like, I'm too old for type 1, because you get that when you're a kid. And then I'm too healthy now to get type 2. If I was going to get type 2 diabetes, it would have been when I was 300 pounds, didn't exercise, when I smoked cigarettes, when I ate the bullshit. That's when I would have got type 2. So I don't have diabetes. You've got the test results mixed up. No, you've got type 1 diabetes, and if you would have been waiting any longer to come in, your sister would have been planning your funeral. you would have died within 4 hours. Within 4 hours, I was going to be dead. The nurses were impressed that I walked into the emergency room. You know you're sick when you impress the nurse with you being able to walk in. They're like, how did you get here? Said I came through the front door. No, I mean, like, did somebody carry you? Were you in a wheelchair? No, I walked through the door. Well, you shouldn't even be alive right now, let alone conscious and talking to us. My blood sugar, y'all, was over 1,000. I mean, the meter only read up to 999, and then mine said error for 3 days. It took 4 days on IV antibiotics before they went ahead and let me go to a regular room. I was in the ICU for 4 days. 4 days. I finally got in the 300 range on day 4.5. So full day 5. We got into a regular room on day 5. And that is when I finally got a low enough blood sugar reading that they felt that I didn't have to be in the ICU anymore. I was sick for so long that my intestines shut down. They weren't working anymore. I was sick for so long that I now have heart damage because my potassium was so low that my heart was trying to stop. Don't let it go that long. If you feel that there's something wrong with you, you need to get it checked out. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how not sick you get. I don't care. Go to the doctor. Check it out. Because I was hours away from death. I was hours away from my kids walking in and trying to wake me up to see what was for lunch and them not being able to. That is scary. That's scary that you can die from this disease before you even know you have it. And that's not right. It's not right that people just walk around thinking that diabetes is something that's so easy. Because my diagnosis proved that it's not. It's not something that follows the rules. Diabetes doesn't play by the rules. It doesn't listen and it doesn't do what you want. And diagnosis is rough. It's a lifestyle change you didn't ask for. And diagnosis slaps you in the face. It slaps you in the face hard. Sitting in that hospital bed for days. I was in the hospital for a week, for a solid week. I was in ICU for 4 days and a regular room for 3. It was rough. It was rough. But I made it. I have learned how to deal with it. And it still makes me angry. There's still days that diabetes makes me very angry. But there's other days that we go through and it's like a normal day to me. It's like diabetes is a part of who I am. So I'm hoping that the further away from diagnosis date I get, the more integrated diabetes becomes as a part of me. Instead of the something that happened to me. Or a disease that I got. You know what I mean? It's different being a part of this club. And your diagnosis is an initiation that you didn't want. You didn't apply for it. And it's rough. But it's the thing that bonds us together. It's the reason why we're all here. It's why we do the walks. It's why we do the fundraising and the zoo trip days and the preparing for everything. This is why. This is why we do this. And it's to find a cure. And that's what Diabetes Awareness Month is raising awareness for this disease that will strike you down no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, no matter if you're fit or not fit or your family history. It is just random. And it's to raise awareness so that hopefully we can find a cure. Hopefully there's something that can be done about this, whether it's a preventative cure or a cure that you take after you have it. Either way, the funding needs to be there and the awareness needs to be raised because diagnosis and this lifestyle is not something that I would wish on anybody, and it's not something that I would choose for myself. So, really, guys, get out there and show your blue. Get out there and raise some awareness. Get out there and make sure that you're heard. do what you can, because every voice counts, and we'll get there. We will find that cure. Turn type 1 into type none. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.